The other scene, of course, कि जब आपका lover आपका नाम किसी और अपने ex boyfriend के साथ लेता है वो बहुत painful होता है. And that scene, of course, has, if you, I don't know, have you gone to theaters hidden like how people do to see reactions yet?
No, I haven't yet. I'm
If
going
you
to
do,
go
then
this
maybe
weekend.
I am pretty sure you should wait for this scene. Where there are like, what? People in unison reacting like that. That pain. I want to understand how this scene was when you were shooting it, and such brilliant acting. Also, one similarity I see, you know, Ranbir Kapoor is known to be the ability to hold tears in his eyes and drop tears at any point. Ranbir does it very well. I think Ahan does that very well. The ability to hold the tears, it does not drop and then let it drop at certain points. It's incredible.
I think that's got to do with acting, I think. I mean, with all good acting, I think.
I know, yeah. I'm just saying. But it's not everyone can do it.
Yeah, the one brief I told both these kids which they understood is a smile and a tear should be used like an ace. You don't pull it out every time. If you non-stop do it, it loses its effect.
So that scene.
Yeah, so that scene was a special day. He wasn't well also that day. And I know he took some medicines and some antibiotics and we were shooting. So we shot the first half of the scene and he did the dialogue and everything. And I knew this was one of the scenes that was very critical because a character who was beating up people for missing their name in an article by mistake today has his loved one not getting his name right and confusing him for somebody else. Or her ex-lover. This is a very thin line. It could turn out to be funny. But I mean, if it's not done well, it's these actors who carried this, and but I remember when that scene happened, my brief to them, to him was, hold it back. You can break down only after she's not seeing you. You can't show that if you break down, she's not going to be strong. So I told him, look away whenever, and I'll edit it out. And he said, no, I'll hold it. I'll hold it back. And so did she. She had an unstructured way of saying that she loves somebody else. And he did that shot. I remember when that shot happened, I'm not someone who praises, I'm very critical about myself. I'm not someone I'm not those kind of directors who's like, मैं super hit blockbuster bana raha hu and all that type stuff. And I know some people who are like that, but I walked out of that music room after that shot happened. I was with the actors, and Sumanna was on the monitor, my creative producer, and I went to her and I said, I think I'm making a very good film, Sumanna. I felt it with the actors. I felt it with the expression, and then when he walked away, then he drops the tear. By then they were ready. I think that was midway through the film. I think the actors were now batting the film, batting every ball.
But what a brilliantly executed and performed scene for sure, because I think the audience reaction to it is proof. I think I'll move on to my next question after this scene, is her breakdown scene, which I thought she was with the knife. That scene. How was it behind the scenes kind of executing it that perfectly?
Wow, so that day she wasn't well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I remember she had a hit at this and she was and it was very hot and we were, because although it was all covered and backstage, it was in the middle of the day, so it had like a greenhouse effect. But she was not well and she was holding herself back. And I went and told her, I said, you have to go all out here. You have to behave like an animal and almost protect him with all your body. Like you think forget that you are involved with Krish and he is Krish and he's the man you actually love. Play it like you're fighting for him. There can't be any two-way about it. And she got it. And suddenly I remember that day when she did that shot, the junior artists didn't know what was expected out of the scene. And the same reaction that I've heard that people do in the theatre, they actually went haw about it on the set.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, because they were like, they didn't know what to expect. And she went all out, and even in her breakdown when she's screaming out to him as Mahesh is running, I just let the camera run. you know, what happens is when you're making something like this, then even your Steadicam operator, your cameraman, everyone is in sync. And everyone's just playing it, and you're just someone reacting like an audience. So even the junior artists, the way they ran on their own. When he stabbed, I didn't tell them to do it. They just felt that was the right thing to do. So I think you know, making a film and everyone is tuned in, they all react correctly for it.
There are many other scenes, as you know, I have watched it very, very cutely,
Yeah.
but we're running out of time. So I'm going to wrap with this last one. It's very interesting because you obviously come from a family, a film family, like they say it, but you've started your journey and you've gone through the grind with
Yes.
being your AD, and you were very adamant in doing this your own way,
Yes.
which is why I think today your success must feel sweet because you have really gone through it. But you've also never just randomly tried to use like this, you know, use your family stars for in films that you want to where you didn't feel right. I remember it was Imran also had said that I knew Ashiki 2 was, you know, I
Yes.
didn't want to do it because I knew
Yes.
it was supposed to be with newcomers. So even your people around you are like
Yes.
that, or Anya or anybody else.
Yes.
Tell me, why was that so important for you?
Strategy will work till a very particular level only. In the end, it's the art that has to work. It's the honesty that needs to work. And I think if I'm not against this thing, I didn't consciously choose not to work with anybody. If I feel that, but you know, the thing is, with Alia, with Imran, they're such good artists, especially. And it's not the stardom. I mean, it's also the art. If there's not something that I feel is worth their while, I'll never want to misuse the relationship I have, because you lose that if you don't. You know, you can go wrong, but at least I know I gave it my best, and that's how I've made failures also in films, and even with the actors that I've worked with, I still bear very good relationships with them, even after failures. It's because I know at least I went wrong, but I didn't want. It's not like I didn't want the best out of the relationship. So the minute you try to capitalize it for a business or a trend or a so-called fad, you are not really making a move film. You're actually doing a business transaction. And you don't do it with people you love. I genuinely love all the actors I have worked with, and I share a great relationship with all of them. All of them. But I always want to make that special. So I've taken the longer route, but I think I've made my foundation stronger. So I remember, you know, at times I call up, I've never worked with her, but I'm very fond of her, is Tabu. I call her up a lot of times, and I have a joke with her. Whenever she was the one who pushed me to make Ashiki 2 with newcomers.
No.
At that time when I was chilling, and this again I was, you know, at that time dabbling after a franchise film of mine and not done well. I was like, what do I do next? And she says, go make a film with newcomers. And she kind of, there's a joke I have with her is whenever she comes into my life, I end up making a film with newcomers. I met her at a friend's house, Chad's house. So one time I told her, you know, I feel like sometimes I feel I'm running on a treadmill. The speed is increasing, but I'm not going ahead. And to which she turns around and says, but you're getting fitter. So one day you'll run on the road and you'll be far fitter than everybody else. That's taboo for you. So she was the one who pushed me, saying, go make a film with newcomers and stop trying to fall into line. Because at that time, everyone was making a larger than life, you know, multi-star cast, action, mass hero film.
Yeah.
It was her who motivated me along with to make a so-called newcomer film. So you have the universe out there probably gives you these people and questions out there. What is the right thing to do? We have to realize what is the noise and what is a true suggestion. And I've tried to follow that all my life.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for chatting with us, Mohit.
Thank you.
And thank you for bringing love back to the theatres along with YRF, because we've missed it.
I missed it too.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.